The winner of the 2024 Crabbo Breaking Barriers in Canada Award goes to The Diary of a Niger Immigrant.
Hey darling, are you in for this ride with me? Let's jump in.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of The Diary of a Niger Immigrant. If we haven't met before, I am Onyi Ekenelbi, and I'm the host of this podcast. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for those of you who have liked, subscribed, keep referring, keep sharing, keep just talking about the podcast. It means a lot to us, and it also helps us reach other people. So if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Come on, go subscribe. Today, I have a very interesting episode for you. You won't believe who I have in the studio with me. She is the one and only Queen Bougie. Yeah, you heard me right. The one and only Queen Bougie. She is my auntie, my dearest, sweetest. She's the best. Mm-hmm. She is the most beautiful Cynthia Nwajiaku.
Hey, thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Thank you for making it work. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And even sticking it through, even though you haven't been feeling too well.
I know, but like I said, all for you. I had to make it happen.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I'll pull through. Oh no, I had to do it for you. I'll pull through, I promise.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, but don't mind my voice.
Okay. You still sound great though. I think you sound better than I do. Even though you're sick. Anyways, welcome to Diary of a Niger Immigrant.
Thank you.
This is Diary of a Niger Immigrant. So of course we're gonna ask you to introduce yourself, tell us about your journey. How did you get to Calgary, Canada? Why Calgary, Canada?
Okay. So I am Cynthia Nwajiaku, like you already said. I would say, well, we lived, my family and I, husband, kids that I had at the time, we lived in Paris for about 4.5 years. So while we were there, we were on cross-posting actually, and while we were there, we decided that we wanted a second option for our kids, like thinking back at it's still going on, the healthcare security challenges in Nigeria. We didn't want to head back home after our cross-posting assignment. So we decided to do the necessary paperwork for Canada. And we moved to Canada in 2009. And we've been here ever since. And then why Calgary? I would say Calgary, Alberta being the Canada's petroleum hub. My husband being in oil and gas, it seemed appropriate to move to Calgary at the time. And then Calgary then still to some extent now was very calm, or is still very calm, and it's a calm place to raise kids. And so we chose Calgary as our place, the city to live in. So here we are today.
Oh, that's so cool. For those who don't understand what cross-posting is, what is cross-posting?
Okay, so it's like in oil and gas, you work in Nigeria and then they move you to another country to work for a number of years. Mostly they're like flagship, whatever, you call that, like the head office. So we were in Nigeria, I had my first baby. I had just had my second baby. Mm-hmm. I think she was about 3-4 months old when we were moved to Paris. So you spend some years there, you work there. It's just like working in another subsidiary. So that's, just balance it out. Right. And then you're transferred either back home or somewhere else at the time. So we lived in Paris, Nigeria. There was a lot of, in fact, it was kind of weird. Like we were living in one of the safest places in Port Harcourt before, but when you start having kids, you start to think. Right. So as we were living in, I think it was called Cocaine Village at the time in Port Harcourt. And then, but you would still even when you heard the army that was patrolling shoot you, I was always,
right.
Okay. So, it was, apprehensive. Yeah. So when we moved to Paris, I was like, okay, this is more like the life, because you would always normally travel, come back, travel, come back. And then we just asked ourselves, like, okay, what's the next step? What can we do to make sure that our kids have a better life? Not better per se, but then they're secure. You're not worried about your kids. And then you're not worried like your child is ill and you're not like, what's going to happen? So healthcare is a major issue for us, and security was another one where we were worried, like everything going on. So we decided to explore the options. Canada came up. My husband looked at it. We're like, okay, let's see. And then we just moved to Canada, and we've been here ever since.
Nice.
That, yeah.
I never knew that you lived in Paris before.
Oh, you did not?
I never knew. And now it makes sense. The fashion, the designer, and everything. It makes so much sense. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. What do you find like the lifestyle in Paris? Like it's different
totally
from
different.
here?
Yeah, totally different.
In what ways?
I would say in Paris they were more straight-jacketed and very serious. Everybody was like on the go. It was more relaxed here. But then in terms of luxury, like etiquette, eating, dressing, your fashion sense, of course, Paris takes the cake. So so it's totally different. Here they're more relaxed, like you don't care. There they're more like chic and but yeah, I find it's night and day, but I'm happy I still got to experience
both worlds.
Yeah, both worlds. Got to experience Paris. It was a beautiful city to live in, and here we are now in Canada.
Did you have friends? Did you feel like you had people
in
there?
Canada and
in Paris?
Yeah, we did, because we were like on cross-posting, and there were other families too from Total. That's where my husband was, oil and gas, that were also moved to Paris. So yeah, we had friends like the women and all that, would always get together. It was birthday or something, all the kids. And I'm still friends with them. Over how many years now? We're still friends. Most of them are actually in Canada too as well, but in Toronto. So we keep in touch, and
that's cool.
Still,
I don't know why I just have so many questions about Paris right now.
It is a beautiful city.
It is a beautiful city. Like I can't imagine moving here. If you lived in Nigeria before, Nigeria's fashion is higher than Canada, right?
Oh, for sure.
And then you move to Paris, where it's like the epicenter of fashion.
I was excited.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was excited. I remember when I came here, and then I was like, okay. And I'm like, okay, no, I'm not going to tone it down for anybody. I'm going to be me.
I was going to ask
I'm going to be me. Like, I have to be me. And then I remember my friend, we're still friends until today. Like, a friend of mine had like a welcome party for us. And then we got there. One other lady, very funny friend, she's like, who's this one? In designer stuff, all put together, looking like this, bougie. She actually was like, that's not how we are here. We're not like that. We just dress down. We're dragging our kids. We're like, who is she? And then she got to talk to me, and she's like, oh my gosh, she's so down to earth. She was like, she's going to be arrogant and this. And and I just thought, I said, no, I know when I came, I saw everybody in slacks and jeans. I was like, okay. And then I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm just going to be myself. I'm not turning it down. You either love me or hate me. But when you get to know me, you know that it's deeper than what you're wearing. It's just a way of life. It's not who you are. So,
that is so cool, because I love that you have that sense of self in yourself. Because for me, I'm not saying I don't have a sense of self. I'm just saying that when I first moved, because we moved alone, and then finally my husband came. You knew when
I remember
those times,
It was hard.
and it was like when I saw the way people were dressed and everything, and I moved in the middle of winter. I remember wanting to go and buy something with my friend, and I was like, I'm wearing pajamas, I need to. And she's like, nobody cares, just put a jacket on. And I'm like, oh my world. So like all those things, and I'm like, sometimes you walk into a room or you walk into the class, because I was a student, and then you're wearing makeup and everything, and everybody's looking at you like, and then you start to feel like a fish out of water. So I had to start toning it down a lot.
If you had told me, I would have told you not to tone it down. The truth is, you dress how you want to be addressed. Whether you like it or not, we're in a world where people, you walk into a room, if you don't have that presence, people will be like, it happens. Even if you're wearing a t-shirt, just make sure you come in correct with that confidence and whatever it is, like your aura. Finally, it's just who you are. If you're a beautiful person, it will show from inside out at the end of the day. So it's not really what you wear. But I always tell my kids, I always tell everybody, I'm like, even if you're just going to the store here, just dress correct. You don't have to be all, or don't look raggedy, you don't look, just try to. You never know who you meet. You might meet someone that's going to offer you a job or something. You get talking and they're like, oh, okay. And then you never know. Just look good. That's what I say. You don't have to break the bank to look good, but just look decent. That's for me. That's clean. Yeah, clean. That's for me. Just look decent.
But you take it up a notch. Like we have a Hermes bag sitting right there. We have the whole Chanel thing going on. Yeah, you take it up a notch, and it's impressive to see you do that in a city where people look at you funny when they see that you're dressed.
But what they don't also know is that these are things you've acquired over time. Like it's been decades and decades of being like that. I lived in Paris and even before then. So it's like a Birkin. I've had Birkins over the years, right? So it's not like it's something. So I'm not going to be like, okay, I've had these things, but I'm not going to carry them because I'm in Calgary where I'm just going to be me. So if you want to get to know me for me. So that's how I look at it. But I'm still going to be me. That's who I am. It's a way of life. It's not me. It doesn't define me. But those are just the things.
And on that note, speaking of who you are and how that doesn't define you. However, you've made so many friends, both from Paris and all the way to Calgary here. Do you feel like the way you look, because you say dress the way you want to be addressed, do you feel like the luxury, the way you dress, the things you do has defined the kind of friendship, like your social status has defined the kind of friendships that you've built over time?
Okay, so I would also start by saying that I choose my friends. My friends don't choose me. If I want to be friends with you, I will be friends with you. So I'm usually, everyone that knows me, all my close friends, know that I choose my friends because of their heart, not what you have, what you wear. Yeah, would they attract? Because I know that's what you're asking, people that might not be real, and I don't know. It will, for sure. But something I always do is I always ask God. When people hear me, they're like, oh my gosh, she's Christian, she's Catholic, she's I'm like, okay, yes, I am. God is my number one any day, anytime. So I always ask him for the spirit of discernment. And so far, he's helped me. So if you come into my life and it's for the wrong reasons, at some point, you're just going to fall by the wayside. But if it is for the right reasons, I have friends that I've had for 30 years, 29 years, 15 years. Again, to me, it's not how long you've known the people, it's how well you get to know them. So yeah, I would say it doesn't, to me, it doesn't affect how I pick my friends. But, I've had friends for a long time. I've had 15 years since I came till now and all that. So, but over time, people reveal who they are. So I see them and I see them for who they are. My circle of friends, I'll tell you, it's very small. I have a lot of acquaintances, but not a lot of friends. In fact, I call it a dot. That's what I call it. They're very small. So, yeah, very like a dot. So those are
compared. So if you say a dot, compared to the number of people that you know, the friends that you have are probably a dot.
Yeah. So I have acquaintances. We laugh, we go out, I meet you, we talk, we smile. Maybe we call each other once in a while. If you call me, fine, we text, or you make a comment, I put something. But the friends, the people that are welcome to my home, we hang out, we sit down, we watch a movie, they have problems, we talk to each other. Those are my friends. And if anybody looks at my majority of my friends, it's not all glitz and glam. We have fun. We're genuine. We're happy when we're together. And we're like, some of them have become family and not just friends, you know. So, but yeah, I think, like you say, when it's me, I know what my criteria is. When I'm looking for a friend, I'm looking for someone with a good heart. It's someone that is kind, someone that is warm, someone honest and all that. Yeah. So, but will I attract people that are not genuine? Yeah. But again, that's where God comes in to give me that spirit of discernment will you make mistakes? Yes. But along the way, you'll find out.
That's good.
there.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Even though along the way it's filled with some heartbreaks.
It is.
So
The major heartbreaks. It's filled with lots of heartbreaks.
yeah.
You're hurt, you're shocked, you've been betrayed, but life goes on. Like I say, the most important people to me, or first is God, and then my family. So if you're not my family, it happens. I'll feel hurt. I'll heal, and life goes on. You just have to keep moving and move on. It's part of life. You'll meet people that presented themselves in a different way and turned out to be different people. It will always happen. So that's why every day I ask God when I pray for a spirit of discernment, for wisdom, to even know how to handle if that happens, so that you handle it the best way and just brush it off your shoulders and move on with your life. Life happens.
That's cool. I really like that. Because sometimes we tend to stay there and we're like, okay, this person burnt me. I'm not sure this other person might not be able to burn me.
It happens. I'm like that. I'm a bit skeptical too. My friends know I'm very skeptical. Like before I'll say, okay, just accept everybody until they show you who they are. Now I'm like, be cautious of everybody until they show you that they can be accepted. So, but yeah, that's life. It happens. But you might also miss that person that is supposed to be your person because you're being so closed off and everything. But it's just a balance. Just ask God. If someone comes into my life, I always ask God, is this person meant to be here or not? If the person, please don't take years to show me, just show me. And it usually happens. Within a year, I would know.
Yeah.
Know that, yeah.
That makes sense. Speaking of those friendships that you're talking about and how you maintain them and you keep them or you keep it moving, we live in Calgary, in Canada. And in Canada, there's this hustle culture where sometimes you care about somebody, but it's just hard to keep up and just to keep checking on people and all of that. How are you able to maintain those meaningful friendships, spend time together, share those moments within the Canadian hustle culture?
Question is, I don't know. The answer to your question is, I don't know. But somehow I do. So yeah, it's weird because sometimes I am like, oh, maybe you're not even, I'm not good with my phone. That's one thing. But over time, we've built that friendship where we know even if we don't talk every day, we know we care about each other. If we speak once a month or once in 2 weeks, we'll catch up, like perfectly and everything. My friends always say, like, we were in Bali recently for my birthday, and on the first night we had our welcome dinner, and then it turned into this thing, like everybody was crying. It was very emotional. So when they said things about me, I didn't even realize I was doing those things. So to me, I'll feel I'm not doing enough, but to them, they're like, we don't know how you spread it. Like, you're there for us. You're still there for your family. You're still running your business. So when they said, like, someone was like, oh, my mom was ill. Everybody called over the phone. You were the only person that drove to my house because you knew I was frazzled. You were helping me to book a ticket. I didn't think it was anything. I just felt at that moment that was what I was supposed to do. So sometimes I don't even know. I don't count those things as things that I've done. I'm like, okay. And then she was like, oh, you were helping me because she was really frazzled and shaking. The other person was like, oh, when this happened, I had an accident. People called, oh, I'm sorry to hear you had an accident. You were the one that came to my house and brought fruits. So maybe that's my own way of doing it without even knowing that that's what I'm doing. But when they all said all those things and we're like, oh, you show up for your friends, we don't even know how you do it, but you show up for them and you still have all these things you're doing. Then I'm like, okay, I'm not doing a bad job. So I don't know, because I just try my best, but I won't say, I don't intentionally say, okay, I have to do this. I just do it because they're my friends and that's how I feel. And I hope that what I've done is enough. But it is hard because you're always busy. You have the kids, you have the business. So maybe in my quiet time, I'm like, oh, shoot, I haven't heard from this person. And they do the same. My friends are great too. They would always be like, oh, I haven't heard from you. Are you doing okay? You haven't spoken in a while. So that also prompts you to remember, like to say, check in. You never know when someone needs you or something. So yeah, that's how it works. It's hard but you have to make a mental note to be there for them. And they're always there for me as well. So it's like a give and take.
Speaking of you, them being there for you as well, because I know, like, with love languages, we don't all have the same love language. Your own love language might be, what's it called again? Helping people out of service.
Out of service, definitely.
It's your love language from everything you said. And So the other person's own love language might be a different thing. Maybe it could just be quality time or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like most times when our love languages differ, it might feel like, okay, I'm there for this person when this person
is not
needed
there for
me,
me. Sure.
and I was there, I showed up, I went there. But now I'm down and I feel like I need somebody and there's nobody there for me. Do you feel like sometimes it affects or it clouds your sense of judgment with?
Yeah, sometimes it does. But the thing is, again, my friends know that I'm big on communication. If you don't communicate, I don't know. I'll try and try and try, but at some point, I don't know if it's going to work. Nobody's a mind reader. I don't like you assuming that you're supposed to know that you should do this, because people have their lives too. People have what they're going through. They might not necessarily know something is up. So I'm big on communication. So I would always say communicate what your needs are. Some people don't like to talk, so sometimes you try to pull it out of them. Like you said, my love language might be acts of service. I try my best to be there for you, to do what you like. Yours might be whatever, but I need you to communicate. So sometimes I'm like, okay, tell me, because I communicate a lot. If I'm not feeling something, I'll call you out on it if you're my friend, and I expect the same.
Oh, and she'll tell you. So she'll tell you. You'll be like, Onye, I don't understand. How many pictures am I meant to pick? What are these pictures like this? Can you change this one? Do this like this. No, she'll tell you. Yeah.
So I call them out and I'm like, okay, I'm not feeling XYZ. And then at that point, they can also, so I always tell them if there's something I'm not doing right, communicate. That's how we've been able to maintain friendships over the years. Because sometimes people don't like to talk. They're not confrontational. I'm like, you're not being confrontational. Just tell me. I don't like this, or I don't feel you're doing this at this point in time. So it's hard, but somehow we've been able to make it work. It's not like you don't have fights with your friends, but then you're able to come back stronger and better, because then you talk it out, you understand where this person is upset, and so you're right. People are different, so you try to also understand who your friend is, what they like, and then you do it, even if it's not you. So that's why when I see some friends, I say, this is not me, so I can't do this. I'm like, you're not serious. It's not me, but if you're truly my friend and I care about you, at least I'll make an effort to do that, even if it's not me. I don't have to do it 100%, but I'm doing what you would like. That is not usually what I would want to do. Like me, I contrary to what people think, I just love staying at home, watching a good movie. I know. People don't believe that.
I don't believe it when I see your story you're in. I'm like, where is this place?
I know. I love to just do what I want to do. I read a lot and do my movies and whatever, So my friends are like, oh, let's go to dinner. I'll be like, okay. And then I'll think about it. They'll be like, we've been asking you for 1 month. I'm like, okay, stand up and just do it, because this is what they like to do. So so that's it.
That's really cool. With the whole, you have a certain status. Right? You have this social status. How are you able to continue and keep up that status within this country? Like this country, most people complain that everything is bills, 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 bills. People in Nigeria too feel that way. Like, okay, people are complaining about bills, but there are some people there that are still. How are you able to stand out from those number of people who just live to pay bills and still keep up with your lifestyle?
Investments. Like I said to you, when we moved here, we were already successful from Nigeria and Paris. So moving to Canada wasn't exceptionally hard for us. When we're moving, it was mainly for the kids in terms of security and, like, what do you call it? Healthcare. That was the main reason we moved. So it was like already living a life of luxury, but then those added bonus, which is healthcare and all that, right? So to me, or what I would say, if you're a new immigrant, is that you work hard in your 9-to-5 job while seeking a path towards business ownership. So that's what I would say. That's what I would say is the way to succeed if you want to. So it's like while working, you save, the capital. Like for you to be a business owner, try your best. It's hard to invest in assets that can fund the capital requirements of that business you want to start, like stocks, shares, savings, and not everybody has to start from here. everybody grows. You start from the small one. There are franchises, there are businesses that maybe might be less than $100,000 or whatever it is you've saved up. You start there and then you start to grow. To me, at the end of the day, you would always start from 9 to 5, but business ownership is always the way to go, if you ask me. Like Warren Buffett said, I'll borrow a word for Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. They said focus. Focus. Just be focused. Focus is the key to growing and sustaining wealth. So that's how we sustain whatever it is we have. We're focused. We know where we're going. And yes, you're going here. Let's say, I always say that you're going to the airport. Maybe they're like, oh, this road is closed. There might be detours along the way. But as long as you're focused and you're like, you're like head on, like, I'm going to the airport. That's where I'm going. You always succeed. So that's what I would say. It's not easy, but at the end of the day, ask yourself, how many millionaires, billionaires are employees? It's someone else's company at the end of the day, and you can wake up tomorrow and they say you're fired. So just, you have to start from a 9 to 5 for you to want to build up. Ask yourself, what is it I want to do that is going to sustain me at the end of the day, that is going to help me leave a legacy, like what you're doing. You have a business and all that. So just, you have to at the end of the day.
I have a business, but I'm always stressed.
But you're doing that. That's the thing. That's what you think. Like you see people come out and they're all glitz and glam. You think, like, if you see me in the house, my sister will always be like, people see outside. They'll be like, look how you look when you're stressed out and you're doing all the, like, I'm on my computer, I'm like calling them, okay, so why is this customer not this and that? She'll be like, when they see you, even with your glasses looking also. So it's never easy for a business owner. The first how many years, just forget it if you think you're going to make profit. But at the end of the day, that's what will sustain you. 9 to 5 is just at some point you have to retire, you're burnt out, you're tired. Just ask yourself, what can I start? What will it be that will sustain? That's what we thought about, and we're like, okay, we're not coming to Canada too. Yes, we had some assets in Nigeria as well that helped us. My husband was oil and gas and all that. So, and I was working too. I had business I was doing, like contracts and all that. So in Nigeria as well. So we were doing well. When we also came here, we're like, how do we continue what we're doing to sustain? And we're like, okay, we're not doing any 9 to 5 or whatever. Let's start our own business with what we have, what we've saved, what we've invested, to make it work. And that's
what business was that?
That's 2 men and a truck. That's what I'm saying. Okay. It's a moving company. It's the largest moving company in North America. It has over 350 locations in North America and Europe. Yeah. So we started that. There was zero presence in Calgary when we started and Edmonton. So that's how it is. There was zero presence. There were all the locations that were in Canada were all in Toronto and everywhere. So most people didn't know us, but we pushed, we advertised. We were like, oh my gosh, we're not making profit these days. We reduced our prices. We did whatever we had to do to be known. And today, almost 10 years later, we're still here to the glory of God. It's all God at the end of the day. So before we even started, we prayed and we're like, what do we do? God direct us, show us what to do, give us the wisdom to know what to start that will be sustainable. So even when COVID was here, it was considered essential services. We didn't close down. So, and that was like
people were still moving.
Of course, because then you're downsizing, you're up, whatever it is they had to move. You're moving from here to here.
Yeah.
It was there, and then we also have a bit of like storage and all that. So my husband and I look into things that are sustainable. We're not looking for a flash in the pan. Some people start a business, I want it to be all this, all glitz. No. So when you look at me, you don't know that's what I do, but I know how much it brings in for us. So
yeah. That's very interesting. Because most times people would be looking for, like, with your status and everything, like you wouldn't,
your clothing company,
exactly
this, and then at the end of the day, it's shut down. It's not there for everybody. Can buy clothes anywhere. So what makes yours different from what other people are buying?
Right. Yeah.
So when you're starting a business, make sure you're thinking something that is sustainable. You're not thinking, I want it to be a flash in the pan. You're looking for what will give you money. You're not looking like there's this Chinese woman that she owns a cleaning business. So, okay, cleaning business is not a big deal, but she makes like $2 million, $3 million a year. So are you looking for what kind of business? Exactly. Are you looking for something that will leave that legacy for your kids and your grandkids? Or are you looking to come up as, oh my gosh, I'm this, and then at the end of the day, you shut it down after a year or 2 years or whatever, and then you're like, I don't believe in perception management. You want people to feel you're this when you're not actually that. So just do your thing, win quietly, and let people see it and how you are. Don't be the one to tell people I'm this and that and that. And just think about your future, whatever you're doing. Don't think about trying to impress people. Those people are living their lives at the end of the day. So that's what most people get, where most people get it wrong. When you start a business, what's at the back of your mind? Are you just wanting to impress people, for people to think, oh my gosh, my business is all this? Are you looking for something that is sustainable, that will give you the required income and financial independence you're looking for?
Does passion have a role to play in all of this?
It does, because when we now decided on that one, was because we had an experience that was not so good while we're moving, and we're like, okay, who are these ones? They messed up our stuff, they did this. And my husband was like, this is not hard. You just start a moving company where you give people that experience and they're happy to move with you. And we're like, okay, yeah, that's true. And then we heard about this franchise. They had come several times to Calgary. Nobody was biting. Nobody was buying. And then I was like, that one that no one is looking at. We sat down, prayed about it. We're like, okay, God, just if this is what we should do, tell us. And all the signs were pointing to that. And we started. Now, so till today, it's like we charge premium price. People pay. They come, you give them the best services that they deserve, because they're paying money for that. Customer service, you try your best to attend to. Not that you can't please everybody, but you try to please the majority and everything. So we're like, okay, let's make this a pleasant experience. There are several moving companies here, but there's a reason that one is the largest moving company in North America. So yeah, that's where we're at today.
That's awesome. And that's how you've been able to maintain this social status and just keep going. And you haven't even stopped.
No.
The fact that you're
not stopping anytime soon. As Bill Gates stopped, as Warren Buffett stopped. That's the mistake people make too. Like, you just don't do something and then you feel I've arrived.
Yeah.
It happens a lot with some people. They feel that, okay, when they start, they are humble.
Yeah.
They talk to you, they do this. And then when they get to where they believe they never dreamt of getting to, they're like, okay, they turn arrogant. No, I just believe in humility. Like, I don't know what I was telling you yesterday, and I was like, growing up, that was all my dad taught us. You have to be humble and kind. My dad was a vice chancellor in the school. So when I would come, you know how it is, everybody have VC's daughter. But sometimes they'll be like, oh my gosh, like, people that talk about me today will be like, oh gosh, that she was like, you wouldn't even know any of that. And that's because that's how my dad raised us. One would be like, oh, do you know there was time I was looking at this? You just took it and then you helped me. I didn't even know that. So that's how my dad, he said, no matter what you have, always be humble and kind. That's my mom too. My mom would take the cloth off her back and give it to somebody, a stranger. That's my mom up till today. She was the first female rector. She's a vice chancellor right now. She's just like, go, ambitious, work, like hardworking and everything. Both of them are professors. And so it's not as if I even came from a life where I didn't know what it meant to have money or whatever. We've always like had. But when people see me, I'm happy that the first thing they always say is you're humble and you're kind. So that's something that has stuck with me. So I don't think we've arrived. We haven't even started. So honestly,
you know, this, as you're saying this now, there's a song that is ringing in my head. Dangote,
it's true.
Dangote,
still looking for money. So when people just have this small wealth and they're like, okay, I'm good. You keep hustling, you keep working hard, you keep looking for the next best thing to do. At the end of the day, you want your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids to be comfortable. You're not going to spoil them. Have whatever you have in a trust for them and whatever, but you also don't want them to have to suffer in a world like this. So
done the groundwork.
So, exactly. So whatever we're doing is for them. It's not even for us at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to bring us back to the whole friendship discussion. I'll bring it back. You just went to, you even said it in between. You just took your friend to Bali and you spoiled them silly. I will put, for those of you watching, I'll put some of the clips on the screen for you to see. Like, you gave them luxury. And in fact, that was even when I found out that your name is Queen Bougie. How did you name? First of all, how did that name Queen Bougie come about?
It was one of my friends, actually. We were looking for nicknames, and I was not going to give myself a nickname. So, and then it was funny enough, when she said it, my husband said it was funny. So I was like, you know your bougie stuff. Like, King Bougie. I was like, it's not going to be somehow. And then my friend too was like, It was very funny. When I like, oh, nicknames, everybody was choosing. She was like, everybody was like, of course, Bougie now. And I was like, so that was how we came about it. And everybody was like, okay, Queen Bougie. And it became a thing.
Wow.
You know?
Wow, I love
My
that.
friend Mercy, it was actually her that started it. And then everybody, Maureen, everybody was like, yeah, Bougie. And like, so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So initially I was shy. I was like, yeah. They're like, what?
I noticed that whenever they call you the Queen Bougie, I just noticed when you're dancing, like you're just dancing shy. And I'm like, why is Auntie looking shy in these videos? You're always dancing shy, like you don't want to look up. Don't call me that. I don't know. But you've embraced it and it suits you. How do you feel when they call you Queen Bougie? It's there, can't you see? I feel like I'm reading your mind right now. Like, can't you see that Bougie?
It's a name and it's stuck with me. So I'm like, okay, I just accept it. Onobali was an experience. It was beautiful.
I wasn't there, but I experienced it from
it was
social
beautiful.
media. And I told you to take me out.
Don't worry.
You think I'm not going to call you out?
I'm sorry.
You thought I was going to call you out. This is me officially calling you out.
I'm so sorry. I should have at the end of the day. One motive for saying, I should have just come and say, you want Oyi to kill me first. I said, Oyi, that I should have just at the end of the day because we would have captured everything. But we tried.
But you tried capturing. I'm going to put some of the videos on the screen for people to see.
Yeah, the event planner tried. She got a photographer, but I'm sure a person would have been able to get.
Well,
We wanted more, So it was an experience. I thank God. I was nervous. I prayed about it, and then I asked God to take charge, and He did. So to me, again, like, and there's something my friends always say. They say the one word they use for me is thoughtful, but that's because when I'm trying to give something, I think of things people will use, not for the aesthetics or whatever, but for what they would actually use. So when I wanted to do the invite party, I was like, okay, what do I put in the box that they will use? So I had like some Chanel products, some perfumes, some products, some Dior, like whatever I felt they were going to need, even the body oil, shimmer, sunscreen, everything, sleeping masks, compression socks. Like I had everything they would need on the flight, robes and all that. And then I was like, okay, let me just give them money towards whatever they can to spend there or something. So I think that was the one day where like,
you will put cash for us again.
I know. I just said, so I was like, what will I give them that will make sense? Like they're leaving work, they're leaving family, they're coming all the way for me. So I was like, okay, let me give everybody $1,000 each. So I think that was what, like, everybody was happy, and it was beautiful.
How many friends did you host?
We were all together. There were 10 of them plus me, 11. So 3 from the US.
So $10,000 in cash for your friends. And then we're not talking about the gifts, the designers, the Chanel, everything that were in the box. Like, that's actually very mind-blowing, because like I don't think you would find that kind of thing in research, especially with the economy.
Another thing is, contrary to what people think, if you want to do something, you plan for it. You have to plan whatever you do. You're investing, okay, this is for this, that is for that. It takes planning.
So how long did it take to plan this?
It didn't take longer, one lie. We just sat down in my friend's basement. I think it took about 5-6 months. And we're like, okay, should we do this? Because they're like, what are you doing for your 45th? I'm like, nothing. I just sleep. And they're like, what do you mean nothing? You know how my friends are like, let's go here. I was like, oh no, Vegas is under it. So it was one of my friends, Eugenia, was like, let's go to Vegas. She didn't end up coming. And then I was like, maybe we'll do somewhere else. They're like, no, we're not doing Vegas. My friends, Dusan, whoever, Maureen, they were like, let's go somewhere different. So everybody was thinking, we're like, Bali, this, that. That's how we came up with Bali. And I thought it was a joke. But it was so... That's why I said sometimes, you have good friends. Everything, we're like, okay, who is in? We're doing this. Everybody was like, nobody hesitated. Okay, flight tickets. Are we already? Like, I was like, okay, everybody's ready. Like, it's a go. So I had to do something to show my appreciation, because they were leaving for 9 days or almost 10 days, and they were leaving work. We had medical doctors there. We had nurses, we had psychologists, we had oil and gas workers, and it's not small money you're losing. But everybody was more than eager to come, even the ones flying from the US and everything. So, and nobody backed out. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And I just had to do something to show them my appreciation. So even before they got to Bali, the event planner was here. So I just paid for an extra bag for her. She sent all the, I had bags for each person that they could carry out, like all the beach bags. And I had things in them, I had Stanley cups, the hats, I had the bedroom slippers from Victoria's Secrets, their robes from Victoria's Secrets, everything. I had
so paper.
So that one was another surprise that they did not even expect.
Right.
So
and you still gave them another surprise when you came back.
I know, it was on their beds as they got there. They were like, what is this? How did this get here?
Wow.
And everyone was like, oh, I've been using this bag. Everybody was using the bag throughout the trip. I was like, they didn't use anything else with everything inside. Everybody had their Stanley cups. Everybody had everything. And they were all customized. This is Afikewa. She's very good with customization. I've been using her since I came. In fact, when she came, we met and still today. So she customized everything. So everybody knew what was theirs and it was nice and we all just had fun. I did a kimono from Nigeria, this Sama woman. So everybody had colors. I did for everybody. And we used it on the pool day. So my friends are like, Sama woman, do you know how much I bought clothes from her? I said, I just wanted my friends to have an experience. So I didn't let anybody pay for Jack. Anywhere we went to, food, whatever I paid for and all that. So I just wanted them to be happy and all that. Beautiful. And it was nice. And then they also surprised me. That's why I said, it's a give and take. I think it was the night before my birthday. We had come back from one of the places we went to and I was tired. And then my friend Tosa was like, just come now to the main living room at the villa. Because the villa is there's a big one and there's another one. That's where I was staying. Yeah. And I just come to the main one. Let's just hang out. I was like, Tosa, I'm tired. She's like, oh, let's just hang out. And then we came down because there was a DJ that was coming from Calgary already that was going to be in Bali. So we had paid him for some days to sing. But that day wasn't one of them. I didn't know she had paid the DJ to come. And so I just had my favorite song just started playing. I just looked at the DJ. I just started crying. I just buy Flavor and Larry Gaga. Yeah. So I just started crying. And you're like, did you think we're not going to bring you into your special day? So that was how we danced till 12 o'clock. We prayed, cheers, then. And then I said, oh, good night. As I came to call my husband, my friend Maura was like, no, go and take a shower first. I was like, no, let me tell my husband what you guys did for me. He was like, no, go and take a shower. I was like, okay. And I took a shower, came out. My feet were swollen. So I was wearing my compression socks. Next thing I knock at the door and next thing I see, all of them came in with cake, with the robe I got for them, the slippers I got for them. I didn't even know they had gotten matching PJs. They all came in with gifts and I just started bawling. I just started crying again. I said, I thought we had, they were like, how, I don't know, it was beautiful. And they were playing the song again. We all danced and they gave me gifts. So, it's also good to have good friends that were thoughtful. I didn't know they had formed another group outside of the one we had to plan what to do for me and gifts. So it was really touching and everything. So so they did that. So when we came back, I was like, okay, thank you gifts for them to say thank you for coming.
Because you were really touched.
I actually had planned the thank you gifts before I planned everything. So I already had the gifts ready.
You gave gifts before going.
That's what they said when
they arrived.
You gave
gifts after.
I know.
What is going on? Queen Bougie.
My friends were like, because my friend I was like, oh, I want to buy a Chanel brooch. And I was like, oh, don't worry, we'll go together whenever you want to go. So I wanted to make sure she didn't buy it.
Yeah.
But she didn't know. So that was what I got her for a thank you gift. She was so happy. And then I got some Chanel earrings, some Louis Vuitton bracelets. I also gave the ones in the US, but because they were going to the US, I took theirs to Bali. Right. And I gave it to them and they went with it from there. So
that's beautiful.
Oh, no,
that's so thoughtful.
It was it's also the fact that, I don't know, they took out that time. Nobody hesitated, nobody. Except that, if I mentioned it to a few people, but the people, my core people that wanted to come, not one person was like, oh no, I'm not going or something. So it meant a lot. And you'd have to take time off work to do that. Yeah. So to me, I needed to make it an experience for them, And we went to a lot of places. Went to the underwater restaurant, the airplane. That was the day.
We didn't see all this.
No, it's still coming, Don't mind Sam. I'm fighting him. Let me call him out here. When I came back, he was like, "Oh, let me do something with you on your body trip," and I'm still waiting. No, we finished doing it though. I haven't seen anything.
I saw the recent video that you posted. I was like, "Oh, this is like after everything." But to be fair, Sam too is going through his own.
No, I know now, but I told him, let me give you somebody else. Sam, he refused.
Yeah.
He's like, how can? Because he was the one that actually called me and said, I need to do something with you.
Yeah.
Just so I get my mind off this. And I was like, okay, say no more. I have a project for you. Because my friend Mercy too in the airplane was like, are we just going to let Bali pass like this? Let's do X, Y, Z, Z. So, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll ask Sam. Before he now called me, I was like, okay, sure. Went through the emotions and I was telling him. And he said, don't worry. Sam now. I think when you get to Nigeria, you'll be in a different mind space, headspace with you. He was like, no, don't worry.
He also has people
He refused.
Oh, okay.
He said he wasn't going to give them my project.
Sam, okay, now we're calling you
please,
out.
We're calling
we
him
need
out.
the content.
Tell him more.
Give us the content because I was there and
you were there. I tell him. Tell him. Because last time I said, let me give to I told him, I said, I'll give it when you die because I knew you'd be able. He said, no, he has to do it himself. He didn't even let Bolu and T anything. He said, I have to do this project myself. And now I'm stranded.
No, it's coming.
But I told him he has to come with a bang. It's him now. So no, it will be because I know what he can do.
Yeah.
So you like it when it comes.
Okay. We're waiting for the content. Maybe it will be out before this episode comes and then we'll put some more.
Maybe hopefully he should. Or he will send it to you before.
Oh, he will send it to me. Anyways, also one question crossed my mind because some people listening to this now. Do you have to have or attain a certain social status to be able to be in your circle? Because like you said, immediately they start talking about Bali, books their flights and all of that. There are some people that will first think, I want to do this. I really love Cynthia and I want to make it special for her. However, I know that I have this bill to pay. My credit card is almost maxed out. I haven't paid it. This thing could go into paying 1 or 2 bills and all of that. But the kind of friends you have, like they went all the way and they did that. I'm not saying they don't have their own issues.
Of course, they do, yeah.
But do you feel like in order for to be your friend or to be in that circle, you have to have attained a certain social status?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Like I said, my friendship is from here, from the heart. I don't know where the heart is now. I'm trying to figure out where it is, but wherever that is, it's from the heart. I know how I met each and every one of them that were close now. Tosin I met when I came, and gradually we got very close. It's more, like I said, I derive joy from seeing people happy. It makes me happy to make people happy or see people happy. So it's about me. It's actually about what I can do for my friends, not about where they are, what they can attain. No, the friends that I spoke to that came are like friends I've known for a while. And there's some too, like I just mentioned it to them, but I just said, I know it's not the right time for you, but I'm just telling you so you're not like, oh, she did this and she didn't tell me. So I don't have the money or whatever. So I was like, okay, so I know it won't work. So it's fine. If you can, it's fine. If you can't, it's totally okay. So that's the kind of, I won't even say, no, most of my friends, and I don't know how to put it, are just from, we met, we clicked, and we started. So some of my friends will be like, I didn't know I was going to be your friend. And I'll laugh and we'll say, not everybody there is. I think they stretched themselves. So that was why I had to give something in return. Some of them had to stretch themselves, and some of them are taking care of kids in university and all that. And so to me, it's not about the status. It's about, if you can't do it, I would understand. It's not about your social status or whatever. Like I said, you're my friend because of who you are, not what you have. Because at the end of the day, those things don't count. If you have all the money in the world and you're not human, then it doesn't mean anything to me. I would rather not even talk to you. So it's about who you are as a person. Are you compassionate? Do you have empathy? Are you kind? Do you have a soul to start with? If you don't, then it won't work. So so most of my friends, it's not as if they're in that social that, hey, we just met, clicked, and the rest is history. So no, you don't have to be.
Okay.
I just have to love you.
You just have to. Do you love me?
Of course, you know.
Okay.
Even though you're a coconut head, you're very hardworking. I'm not saying it's because it's your podcast. You're hardworking. You've made it work. Like, I know how hard it was when you came. Your husband wasn't here and everything, but you pushed, and so I'm very proud of you.
Don't make me emotional.
I'm very proud of you.
I'm supposed to be talking to you.
No, cry if you have to cry. Let me be the first person to make you emotional. So I know, I remember when Judy told me, I was like, oh, she's coming. And then I spoke to her, I was like, oh my gosh. And then I saw everything you were doing. I was like, wow, how is she doing it? And I know a bit of your backstory. We've talked about it. We've cried together. So I'm very proud of you. And like I told you, I tell people that I care about, and I'm saying it on your podcast. I got you.
Oh,
so
thank you, Auntie.
Anytime. I'm proud of all
I got you too.
I know, 100%. So I am proud of all you've achieved, and
thank you.
Keep striving. Don't give up. Keep pushing.
Thank you.
With God on your side, the sky is your starting point. I know. And they will come and be visiting. Nice.
Thank you, Auntie. I appreciate that. Okay, back to the interview.
So you won't cry.
No, I won't cry. Okay. Is there something like an advice that you have to give people who maybe are struggling to make friends or to make an impact or to just make it in the city or even anywhere around the world, or even somebody trying to come to Canada and they're apprehensive about loneliness and having friends and things like that?
Just be you. Be yourself and be okay with being alone for some time. You know, there are people that always want to make sure they are with people and they're clingy, want to be attached. Just be fine with being yourself, and also being alone, because to an extent, it's lonely here. It is.
Do you ever feel lonely?
Of course, I feel lonely sometimes.
I don't feel like
I have my family, so I'm good.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not as if you're just... I would like to say lonely, but sometimes you're alone in your own quiet space. You don't even want to talk to anybody. You're just being you. Sometimes it's hard. It's hard, at least, especially when you first move here and all that. Even with everything, like I said, we're already established, you are successful. But don't be scared to do it. Don't be scared to be alone. That's what I say. I'm someone that can be alone. So that's why I said I make friends, because they have the heart and everything. But if you're my friend and you betray me, I'm fine with being alone, letting go. Yeah, I'm fine with letting go, because that's when you want to cling on to something that won't serve you. That's when you have a problem. I always say, and then keep pushing. Don't give up. If you know that thing you want to do, as long as it will, eventually yield to something, good for you, and don't give up. There are times you'll stumble. Rome wasn't built in a day. You stumble, you get up and keep moving. Like I said, you have detours like, oh, I'm going here. This has derailed me. Just keep pushing and keep moving and keep believing. And most of all, always speak to God. Before we do anything in our family, my husband and I would kneel down and pray and say, Father, this is what we want to do. Give us the wisdom. Give us this. Do we go ahead? Do we not go ahead? Give us a sign. And that way we know. So just if you want to move to Canada, it won't be easy. So that's the thing. They have to know for themselves that it won't be easy. It depends on where you're coming from. If you're already just coming for, like I said, security, whatever, you can come. It still won't be that easy, because you have to think of what to do. We had to come in and say, what do we do? Okay, let's start a business and all that. So it might not be easy. In my company, we've employed medical doctors that still have exams to write. They started moving as movers with us. Because they're Nigerians, well, that's okay, come, move. We've employed lawyers, and then at the end of the day, they do their exams, they come, and then they move on. So don't be afraid to start small, to be humble. Some people come and be like, how can I work at this place? No, you're looking for something greater.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, it will happen. So I'll just say, and always be you. Don't pretend to be who you're not. Don't make an impact for people. Make an impact for yourself, for generations to come after you, and the world in general, if you want to do something good. But don't try to impress people. That's a mistake that a lot of people make. Them want to impress others instead of building that thing for themselves. Like, always do it for you. Make sure that that's what you want to do. You're not doing it because you want people to look at you or get to know you or something. So that's what I would say at the end of the day.
That's deep. I love it. Have you ever regretted since you moved 15 years ago?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Have you ever regretted moving? Has there ever been a time that you had regrets? Like, why did I come to Calgary?
No, the weather.
weather during the winter.
I thought, like, what am I doing here? Not really, because peace of mind first. Like, the health system works. Like, and then there's security. Your kids are in an environment where they can thrive and all that. So that's what was paramount to my husband and I. So we've been able to achieve that. So it's not regret. Sometimes you miss home. Sometimes you're like, it's not as easy as it should be, especially when we started the business. And even sometimes now, we started in a recession. COVID happened. Now it's Trump we're fighting. So the housing, this thing is not doing well because people are scared to buy or sell their houses or move. So there'll always be those times when you're like, oh my gosh. Like, exactly. So it's not always hunky-dory for us too. We sit down some nights and me and my husband are awake 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. cracking our heads, putting numbers together. I know. We like putting numbers together, saying, okay, so if we do this and we do this, how are we going to we have our long-term goal, we have our short-term goal. We're like, okay, how do we make sure we achieve this? We plan and always have goals. I always say, this is my 5-year plan, 20-year plan. Don't just exist and say, okay, we'll take it as each day goes. If you have something in mind you're working towards, you would always, be focused and go towards that path. So wake up and be like, are we achieving what we said we're going to achieve this year? Okay, if we're not, what do we do? How do we make it happen? Like, say, okay, we'll have to move it back by 1 year. Or like, so it's not every day that we come out looking like this. At nights, there's some nights you stay there, some nights I'm worried, I cry, but at the end of the day, it's always God. That's what I say.
Nice.
Always.
That's awesome. Okay, we're gonna be rounding off, but there's this question we always ask. It's, what was that one thing you wish you knew before buying that one-way ticket to Calgary?
I wish I knew. Investment. In terms of, like, I wish I knew before buying tickets.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to do it. I wish I knew more about it. We knew to a certain extent, but I wish I read more. We had read more about people and what they were doing. So coming here would have been, we started the company because we were prepared. We had investments, but we could have done more. So sometimes we're like, if we knew what we know now, we would have started this business XYZ years ago and everything. But so I don't think there's anything per se that I would have said, except that we would have invested more and dived into other things that we know now, like the businesses that we know now that were like, oh, wish we knew it then and all that as well. And then we're in Paris at the time, so it wasn't like when Nigerians say, what did we know before? In Canada, there's nothing I'll say that's here except for the weather and the weather too. Because I knew it was cold, but not that cold.
Not that cold. Yeah. I don't think you can explain to somebody what the cold actually feels.
I know.
Because it even looks pretty on pictures.
That's
like
the
when
thing.
you see the white and everything, it looks so pretty.
Yeah, but
I
wish I knew Canada and the cold and everything. Yeah, but aside from that, I wouldn't say racism, no, because it's not that bad, but it is there. But you know how to handle yourself, you know what is everywhere in the world. That's not bad. So no, there's nothing I would say per se that I wish I knew before coming to Canada. I just wish I knew more about the system in terms of investment and more. Then we would have started early. We started when God wanted us to start, but we would have started earlier than when we bought our company. That's what I'll say.
Okay, awesome. What is your favorite designer?
I'll let you answer that. What do you think?
Chanel. There we go. I got it. Okay.
That's my favorite designer.
Okay. If you were to choose between winter and fall, which would you choose?
Fall.
If you were to choose between fall and spring, which would you choose?
Spring.
Spring and summer.
Summer, definitely. I like the heat. I'll put my AC on, it's fine.
But it's usually so hot.
But that's the thing. I was telling my husband, I said, in life, we can't even please anybody. Like, God cannot even please us.
I know.
One second, we're like, oh, I'm freezing. Then it comes and we're like, oh, I'm so hot. But I'll choose that heat any day. I'll put my AC. Oh, no, any day, anytime. I don't like.
Why hasn't anybody chosen winter? Why?
You're the only one that likes winter. That's why you're looking for who choose winter with you.
I don't like winter for anything.
No.
Me that I got frostbite in this
The
country.
winter is brutal. So
Seriously.
it's brutal, man. So no, I
Yeah.
didn't do that.
Yeah, of course. What do you prefer? Do you prefer the Nigerian dish when you want to dine out, or you would rather do fine dining?
Fine dining, kind of, because I eat Nigerian dish, I make it. So sometimes, yes, I want another taste that is not something I made or whatever, but fine dining, because my husband and I like to, he all started from Paris too. We're always dining out a lot, so we like to go out on dates, kind of, to call it first. We still go on dates like maybe twice in a month or 3 times in a month, some weekends, and for different restaurants and go and dine, yeah.
Okay. Now, if you were to, what's your favorite dish to order in a restaurant? Or what's your favorite restaurant that you've gone on all the dates that you've been going on?
I like Highs.
Oh, the steakhouse.
I like Highs downtown.
Yeah.
I also like Chairman's Steakhouse. Well, there are quite a few that I like. Chairman's is also good, but I don't have a favorite dish. That's the thing. I just go there maybe to steak. My husband is the adventurous one, so when he orders something I haven't eaten before, I'll try it from him.
Yeah. Women, why we like this?
I know. And he asks me, do you want some? I'm like, no, I just want like this. And then he brings, I'm like, can I?
Let me taste. I'm just tasting.
You're like, it's good. And so, I don't know. Every time people ask me my favorite dish, I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I think because I'm just weird with food.
Would you rather order seafood or a steak?
I think it's seafood, kind of. I love shrimps. I love lobster. I love all them works. But I love a good steak.
She likes
I love a good steak too. Like, but it has to be like the Wagyu.
Right.
Wagyu steak.
How do you like your steak?
Medium well.
Yeah? You don't like him moving? You don't want the cow moving?
I don't want the cow moving and then the red. No.
You don't find out when it's too done.
When you do well done, then it's burnt.
Yeah.
And then you do medium. I'm seeing all the red and I'm like, no, I can't. So I do medium well. So it's kind of like in the middle.
Right. I find that is too tough.
It depends on what you're eating too. Like the Wagyu steak is like, it's top notch. So it's always like flavorful and very in your mouth is like melting and when you're eating it. So yeah, that's my favorite kind of steak to eat.
Okay. Let's come back to Nigeria. Jollof rice or white rice and stew?
Funny enough, I'll say white rice and stew. It depends on the kind of stew it is too. But if it's burnt, it will be the jollof rice.
Okay. If what is burnt?
The burnt jollof rice that smells like
the smoky one, yeah. Okay.
That's what I like.
Okay. Jollof rice and oha soup.
Jollof rice.
Jollof rice and white soup.
Jollof rice.
Jollof rice or fried rice? Nigerian fried rice.
Fried rice. I make fried rice very well, so I like fried rice.
Auntie, when are you cooking for me?
I'll cook for you. I'll make fried rice.
Auntie, you keep saying I will, but it hasn't happened. This is the first remind me now.
Because I'm seeing you now after how many years? You're so busy.
Goodness, Auntie, no. This summer I'm coming to come and disturb you with my family. Everybody, you are coming.
If I look for you,
but you have to give me a time so that I will get your undivided attention.
No, you will promise, and I'll make fried rice for you.
Okay. Yay! She has said it here.
I've said it. If I don't do it, call me out.
Okay, I will post it after some. I'll post this part, and then I will post whether it happened or whether it didn't happen.
But that'll be on you. If I don't see you, as long as you make out time to come with your family, it will
definitely happen. It will happen.
It will happen. I'll make fried rice for you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I know this was fun.
Chat. I hope you had fun.
I had loads of fun. Yeah, so I forgot I wasn't feeling fine.
I know.
I had so much fun and I kept talking. I was like, okay, I'm just going to be fast around there. But then it was so much fun that I just kept talking. Thank you for having me.
I love it. I love it when people come and they enjoy it.
Oh, no, it was fun. I had so much fun and I got to talk and spend time with you.
Yes, exactly. I think this is the longest we've actually
You're even saying it. You're not ashamed to say it on air. And this is your auntie. Let me call you out now. That I won't see. I'm coming. I won't see you.
It has to happen.
Repent. Don't worry.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you. It was fun.
I hope your businesses continue to thrive and
Amen.
things just continue to work out.
Amen. And also for you, I pray that God will continue to put his hands on you. Whatever you do, it will progress. And that the sky will just be your starting point. We'll continue to hustle with God on our side. So get to where we want to go. Keep pushing. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for being with us for this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and share. I'll see you guys on the next one.
The Diary of a Niger Immigrant was proudly brought to you through Onyi's lens. If you like this episode, then you should check out our other episodes. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment on whose journey you would like to hear about next on The Diary of a Niger Immigrant. And until next time, I remain Onyi Ekenelbi. Bye now, friends.